The Cathedral Valley Loop at Capitol Reef National Park is remote and rugged. You must have a high-clearance vehicle, and four-wheel drive is strongly recommended. We started the loop by fording the Fremont River. I decided to check it out on foot. We've just started the Cathedral Loop Trail, off-roading trail at Capitol Reef National Park. Just forded the river, and now we're heading up the trail. How's the Cathedral Loop Trail thus far?
Well, now that we aired down the tires even more, I think it's a lot smoother. But I think when we were here in 2016, it was well manicured, if you will. And then we crossed the river, which was lower than the last time, but the banks were a lot worse shape.
Very cool area along the Cathedral Loop Trail. We think the road's a lot bumpier than the last time we went here, but it's still really pretty. Since this area is remote, please make sure that you have some food and plenty of water with you. If a sudden thunderstorm comes up, the roads could become impassable, and there isn't cell phone service. Always please check with the visitor center on road conditions first. So we have this Coleman stove that, well, go ahead.
Brand new.
Brand new.
And since we've been driving from Minnesota on the highways, flat roads, smooth as silk, it's been making this chirpy noise as if we have a cricket in the car the whole way. I've tried fixing it so many times, and it's like the whole time. Now we're on one of the roughest roads. It's not squeaking one bit.
Not a peep from it.
So the cricket is either dead or it was just put in there to annoy us. Which one's this?
I'm not sure. It's a scenic overlook. We're on a trail to go to a scenic overlook, but
97 degrees.
97 degrees. I don't think it's really named.
What? It's dry heat, so you don't even feel it.
Yeah, you're right. It's a dry heat. I'm hearing the theme song to The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly playing out over and over in my head. The entire 58-mile Cathedral Valley Loop is unpaved and takes about 6 to 8 hours to complete, depending upon how many stops you make. puddles down in here. It must have rained yesterday or the day before in this area. Oh. Up at the Cathedral Valley Campground. It's really windy up here. Having a picnic lunch. Got some Subway sandwiches this time. But super windy. There's nobody here. I think this campground has what, about 6 or 7 sites, something like that.
Yep.
First come, first serve. And there's nobody here on a Thursday afternoon.
But we're up here. We're not here. We're up here since we're from Minnesota.
Beautiful view up here. Got lots of, I think this is a juniper tree. I'm not positive. But you've got all these cool, what I believe are juniper trees. And then lots of boulders. Lots of these volcanic boulders everywhere. All over the place, all over the campsite. Lots and lots of volcanic boulders. But it's really pretty. That's the Cathedral Valley down below us. After leaving the Cathedral Valley Campground, the road is very steep with a series of switchbacks as you descend to the valley floor. moly. Check out this gypsum sinkhole at the park. I have no idea how far down that goes. That is pretty scary. Look at that. Wow. It's so quiet here. It's like the only thing you hear is the wind and your footsteps. The road winds through the valley floor over several washes and extremely thick sand in several places. A four-wheel drive vehicle is definitely recommended.
I think the tires make a big difference.
Yep, definitely.
A huge difference.
Did you finally put it in four-wheel drive?
Yeah, this is trouble right here. You don't want to be stuck in this. That was trouble.
Straight ahead, we've got the Temple of the Sun. This is the Temple of the Moon. Another one of these big giant sandstone monoliths they have here at Capitol Reef. And check out how this thing just goes like straight up. This is something that I think is super cool. It's actually like crystallized gypsum. It looks like glass almost. And it was part of a plug basically for some kind of ancient volcano or something. But look at how these crystals form like this. They're just kind of in a big jumbled mass. And it just looks so cool. It's kind of out here with all this sand. And then if you look down on the ground, there's a bunch of pieces that have broken off. There's all these pieces that kind of look like glass down here.
So that was pretty nasty nasty. It didn't look it, but
Yeah.
it's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
So if he had street tires without any knobs or anything, you'd be sitting in it.
Very much so.
So when you have little knobs on the side of the tire, that helps with the traction when you're in deep stuff like that.
Yeah.
I didn't hardly push it at all. I didn't even have to punch it, but I could feel the car was wanting to go every which way.
Me too. As the camera was going every which way. We got a lot of sand here. Remember those sudden thunderstorms that I mentioned? Fortunately, we were just a couple of miles from the pavement. So we have a bit of a flash flood happening.
Exactly. That's what you don't want to be in. I think we escaped it by the inches.